Little Princess, I Don't Want Nits. Written by Dave Ingham. Read by Colin McFarlane. It was a lovely, sunny day at the castle, but Little Princess had been in her bedroom all morning because she had a very itchy head that needed scratching. Still got an itchy scratchy? Asked the maid. Little Princess nodded. I think you might have nits. What's nits? Demanded Little Princess. Nits are like little bugs that live in your hair and make your head itch, said the maid. Bugs? Gasped Little Princess. Anyone can get nits, soothed the maid. They jump from one person's head to another. Little Princess grabbed her crown. I do not have bugs. I have an itchy scratchy, she said, and stomped out of the room. Princess, I need to check your hair for nits, called the maid, waving her magnifying glass. But Little Princess was hiding. Phew! I can go out and play now she's gone, she giggled. Shall we have a race, Prime Minister? Said Little Princess, riding over on her tricycle. Always ready for a race, laughed the Prime Minister. Ready, steady, go! They were both riding as fast as they could when suddenly... Stop! Shouted the maid. I've been looking all over for you, Princess, said the maid crossly. Now, let's have a look for those nits. Nits? Gasped the Prime Minister. And off he rode as fast as he could. Luckily, Little Princess quickly managed to escape from the maid again. Admiral, she called across the pond, while still scratching furiously at her head. Will you play with me? But the Prime Minister had already warned the Admiral that Little Princess might have nits, and they were both now hiding from her. We need to warn the General, whispered the Prime Minister. Shall we play jumping? Said Little Princess, skipping over to the General. The General nodded, pleased to have someone to play with. Are you watching? Shouted Little Princess as she prepared to jump. Yes, called back the General. And just then... Little Princess has nits, whispered the Prime Minister and Admiral. Nits? Gasped the General. Look, General, cried Little Princess and jumped over the fence. Your turn now, said Little Princess, but the General didn't want to play any more. I've changed my mind, he stuttered, and leapt over the bush and trotted away as fast as he could. Oh, no one will play with me today, sighed Little Princess. And I've still got an itchy scratchy. Just then, the maid found Little Princess and waved from the bottom of the tree. The maid took Little Princess back into the castle to check her hair once and for all. But I don't have bugs, wailed Little Princess. They're called nits, said the maid firmly. The maid carefully inspected Little Princess's hair. Getting nits is nothing to be ashamed of, sweetheart, soothed the Queen. There we are, said the maid. Oh, little princess has nits, yelled the king, and ran to take cover. "Ho-ho! Look at its tiny little legs," marvelled the queen as they looked closely at the knit. "I don't want bugs in my hair any more," moaned little princess, and scratched her hair some more. The maid smiled. "Let's get rid of them then." "Get your hair nice and wet," said the maid. Little princess laughed happily as the water ran through her hair. "This special knit shampoo makes your hair all slippery," said the maid, rubbing it into a great big bubbly froth, "so all the bugs will slide away." "Now we can comb out all the nits," she said. "Ho-ho-ho! Bye-bye, bugs," giggled little princess. "Don't come back soon." Once all the nits were out of her hair, little princess went to say good night to everyone. "Oh, where are they all?" she wondered, when suddenly she heard a sound. And it was coming from the shed. Little princess pushed the door open and saw the king, the admiral, the prime minister, and the general hiding. And they were all scratching. Just then the maid peered in. "Oh dear," she tutted. "As I said, nits jump from one head to another." "Oh, have you all got itchy, scratchy bugs?" asked little princess with a big smile. "I don't want nits," they all whined, as the maid washed and shampooed their hair. Little princess was very busy helping to get rid of everyone's nits. What an exciting day this had eventually turned out to be. "And next," she announced, "woohoo! The comb!"